Hello everyone, this is Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and these are your June 2017 Angel Oracle card readings. For these readings this month, I will either be using the Angel Oracle deck by Ambika Waters or the Magdalene Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. And of course, for every sign, I will be pulling a card from the Healing Crystal Oracle by Rochelle Sharman. If you would like a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, this services page. If you would like to support me on Patreon, I always appreciate that, and that information is down below. And of course, I have the Archangel Michael course up, along with some other courses, how to perceive your angels, how to read cards, and then I also have videos on the year overview. Probably by the time most of you are going to be watching this video, it's quite possible that I will have the Archangel Gabriel course up on Gumroad as well. Again, all that information is down below. So let's get started. Hi there, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for you for June 2017. Pardon the silence. Sorry, but I need to kind of concentrate, and I want you to see the live shuffle. So I don't know, maybe even the cards are out of frame, but still, I'm shuffling. So the first card that popped right out is Transformation. Another sign got this as well. So very similar kind of energies going on here. Let's see what else we have for you. It's a lovely letting go and coming to peace. Some of you might have been a little riled that someone walked out of your life, and you might have gotten defensive about it, and you might have felt like, well, who are you to make me feel this way? And what this transformation card, I think, is talking about is you're kind of going, you know what? That person's not wrong for walking away. It just was time. And we came into each other's lives for a moment. Now it's time to let go. I get it now. And you might even discover something about yourself along the way. Family, it might have to do with family, or people you thought of as family, a group. You're letting go of the nonsense, guys. Getting back in touch with God. Drop the fights. The Prophet. This card keeps coming up for so many signs. Oh my gosh. I'm overreacting. All right, so let me put that there, and let's just go back to the first card. Like I said, transformation. So letting bygones be bygones, letting go of old fights, and again, taking accountability and saying, okay, you know what? Maybe I do that. Okay, you know what? I have to acknowledge that for myself. I've been sharing a little bit more recently with people that the experiences I have had have boiled, and the people who have come into my life, I've sat around going, why in the heck do I get treated like this? What the heck? I'm a pretty, good girl for setting healthy boundaries, but not really. Not really. I would really just kind of go along with whatever people said, and I had to acknowledge that I have kind of codependent tendencies. And, and then there are other things that I deal with from time to time. And so I had to take accountability for my part, that I allow those people in. Just some sort of acknowledgement, even if it's something like that or whatever, some acknowledgement. This relationship isn't working. My way of life isn't working. My job isn't working. My life doesn't suit who I am now. Whatever the realization is, it can really, I don't want to go so far and be corny, and well, here in the United States we have a saying called corny. It's like silly, and just say, oh, it's gonna be a rebirth. You're reborn. I mean, maybe, but it can be subtler than that, right? It might just be like, again, that subtle realization, and some freedom and some peace that comes from that. And now all of a sudden you're not angry at somebody. Now all of a sudden you're not feeling like you have to talk about it, you know what I mean? Or work it out or whatever. Sometimes you just got to let go. All right. Then we have family. Now, the first feeling I'm getting with this is that it could be around family, this transformation, or it could be that family is there for you while you're going through these realizations. Now, it's not you being a burden on them or anything like that, but this is sort of like, okay, family, my family's there for me, or looking back at your family patterns. Okay, if you tend to have certain behaviors or whatever, or you're noticing a pattern in relationships, you might be looking at your family not with judgmental scrutiny, but with, the spirit of understanding. Okay, I picked up this pattern, this fear from my mother. Oh, okay, yeah, I can see the whole long line of my family members who always behaved like that. Whatever the case may be, you're learning more about yourself through your family and through family patterns. Part of this transformation this month is you getting back in touch with the divine. You're getting back in touch with God. And this doesn't have to be this hoity-toity, like spiritual thing where you feel above others. I'm talking about that a lot recently in these videos because those people exist. And they're out there, and they need to be spotted every once in a while. Not to be shamed or anything like that, but again, self-realization, right? So, getting back in touch with whatever kind of divinity you feel you're ready to be in touch with, but knowing that God is there, knowing and having, not that God has to prove his existence, but yeah, for some of you, you might get signs that, there's a message here, the prophet, okay, signs, messages, opportunity. Somebody might have a wise word for you. It's almost like a short play. I was sitting at a bus stop one day, and this elderly man sat next to me, and he said the wisest thing to me, and it changed my life, and then he walked away. And you know what I mean? Like, it could be something like that, something crazy, where it's just somebody says the right thing at the right time. This could also come from children as well, and it's something that kickstarts your transformation, like we said, and makes you realize that some of the things that you've really been putting a lot of energy and effort into, it was never worth it. Okay, so getting a sense of what real love is. All right, so your crystal card is rhodochrosite, acceptance. All right, rhodochrosite is also about love, can be, but healing, it's like a self-healing of wounds. I don't know if this is a technical attribute of this crystal, but I would associate this with ridding yourself of depression. I've had my struggles with that. Mine, I think, is atypical depression or something like that. And, everybody has their thing. And does that make you incapable of being out there? No. You accept it and say, okay, what do I have to do to take care of myself, right? And how can I love myself? How can I be more open to loving experiences with other human beings, right? And you never know, you don't want to necessarily bond over, not that it's a bad thing to bond over pain, but when you're open and honest and you say, hey, this is something I deal with, somebody else might feel a little more open and say, you know what, I have those feelings sometimes too, and you understand each other, you're bonding. Now, I'm also thinking about an example of when I was living in New York City. I was going to graduate school. I had this friend, and I have to air quote, but I have cards in my hands. This friend who, anytime I was, feeling a little down or whatever, she would make me feel crazy. And she was not accepting me, right? And it wasn't like I was in her face and like ruining her life, right? Like, I was just like, listen, I'm just not into it right now. And I would get, the whole talk. And then one day, in an effort to get her to kind of understand me a little bit better, I just, we were talking, and I came out and said, listen, I do deal with this every once in a while. I'm trying to, work around it, whatever, but it is a part of my existence. So I was sort of in a place of acceptance, and her response was, oh my God, why would you tell me that? Why would you share that with anybody? Why would you tell anybody that? Now, if you have those kinds of people around you, that is toxic. Get away. Run away. You just need to love yourself and accept you no matter what you're going through. And again, because I feel like this is a crystal, there are other crystals out there that help with depression if that happens to be something that you're dealing with as well. Mine, as far as I understand, it's not chronic. It's just, it happens at certain times, let's just say. Okay. But, just really having to practice that self-love and acceptance for yourself. And again, extreme self-care. So if you're not getting proper care from people that you're reaching out to, like professionals, find other professionals. And remember that you always have you. All right. So there it is, guys. Have a beautiful month. And of course, I am sending you so much love. Take care.